REED-BBS, BBS, Black Birch Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Televisión, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. Gonna be discussing top-tier welterweights, Penthouse welterweights in this edition, their preferred paths, the likelihood of those paths playing out, and my thoughts on the moves I think they should make. Starting with Senator Emmanuel Pacquiao, 62 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws, 39 KOs, WBA champion. Remember in high school, prom was approaching, getting closer and closer, and every motherfucker in school approached the prettiest girl, inviting her to prom. You remember that? Okay, well, Manny Pacquiao is the pretty girl in school, and everybody else at 147 is begging, pleading for a date with him. Please, Manny, please, baby, please. Manny Pacquiao at 147, he's the fucking lottery. He's the marquee fighter at the weight. Manny Pacquiao is the goddamn A-side. And everybody else at welterweight knows it. Your name, your likeness will appear on the ass side, the B side of any promotion involving Manny Pacquiao. It just is what it is. Now, Manny, he ain't no fool. He's an old, undersized welterweight. Damn near a decade older than anyone who matters in the penthouse of welterweights that I'm speaking of. Manny, he's looking at Mikey Garcia first, smaller dude. And in the meantime, he's hoping other top-tier penthouse welterweights knock each other off. So instead of unifying with Spence outright, for example, Manny, he would rather Spence and Crawford unify first. Then Manny would face the winner for full unification. We got Shawn Porter, 30 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 17 KOs. Shawn Porter wants all, and I mean all, the smoke at welterweight. Pacquiao, Spence, Crawford, it don't fucking matter to him. Even though Porter lost to Spence, it was actually a career-defining performance, if that makes any fucking sense to you. And it actually heightened Porter's profile. Now, my man, he does quality work on Inside PBC Boxing, and recently he did crossover ESPN commentary for Wilder Fury 2. So, as I speak, Shawn Porter is hotter than fish grease, and he gets more mainstream American face time than Pacquiao, Spence, or Crawford. Don't sleep on that impact in terms of him getting fights. Now, before I swan dive deeper into the penthouse welterweights, please go ahead and subscribe, comment. Sharing is caring. Shout out to the homies at fightbeat.com. Love tap and or bitch slap that like button. And speaking of love, if you'd like to show some to your boy, you can do so at coffee.com/REED-BBS. For the cost of a cup of coffee, a beer, hey, donate what you can. I'm a simple man. Terence Bud Crawford, 36-0, 27 KOs, WBO champion, top 3 at worst in the world, pound for pound. Bud's order of preference is Manny, then Spence, then Danny Garcia, and then Keith, once upon a time, Thurman. And he's got Kell Brook. Kell Brook is on standby as a backup to the backup to the backup to the backup plan for Terence Crawford. Here's my thing. Pacquiao and Crawford, they were top-ranked stablemates for years. And if Manny wouldn't fight him then, he damn sure won't be in a rush to fight Crawford now. So to me, Bud, he'll have to unify with Spence, or at the very least face Porter, before Manny even entertains that shit. Like, why else would he? Why else would he? And keeping it real, more than any penthouse welterweight, Terence Crawford needs a meaningful fight in 147 pounds. He just does. He's just treading water with these WBO mandatories. And quite frankly, he doesn't have the cachet or leverage at the weight to call his own shots. If Bud wants to make a statement, you want to make a statement, bruh, beat Shawn Porter more impressively than Errol Spence did. Which brings me to Errol Spence Jr., 26-0, 21 KOs. Unified IBF and WBC champion. Danny Garcia was the scheduled opponent pre-accident, and he appears to still be penciled in once we get past the COVID-19 pandemic. After that, Manny, then Bud. That's Spence's 3-fight plan. And I quote, "Until I beat Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao, I don't really need to fight Shawn Porter again." I can't disagree with that, even though that was my pick for 2019 Fight of the Year. If you have bigger fish or other meaningful fish to fry, you revisit Porter, once all that's been cleared. I can't hate on that at all. Spencer's goal is to be undisputed at 47, and he said he ain't going nowhere until then. He even joked and said, "I'll cut off a limb if I have to." Now, here's my thing. If it were up to me, which it obviously isn't, I'd take a tune-up before a Danny, man. I just would. Say what you want, but Danny Garcia ain't no tune-up. And post-accident Errol Spence is an unknown quantity. And as such, I'd go ahead and beat up Omar Figueroa or somebody first, if that's just what I would do. EJ, he fought Mikey and Porter back-to-back, then survived a life-threatening car accident. So with all that being said, no one would blame him for taking a true tune-up in his return to the ring. But it is what it is. Staying at welterweight, I've said for a couple years now, 2020-ish should be EJ's last year at the weight. My man was 152 during the 2012 Olympics, and he's campaigned at 47 for the last 8 fucking years. Spence, he also said he needs to be compensated accordingly to face Crawford, which obviously he should. And I quote, "It's the simple truth. We're going to go out there and try to kill each other," which they damn sure will. They damn sure will. Spence is looking at Crawford more realistically for 2020. Anyway, that's my breakdown. Go ahead and comment. Give me your thoughts on it. REED-BBS. BBS. Blackbird Sugar. Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Televisión. Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.